Well, it's true. He has definitely landed, and Chris Hadfield is joining us here in Edmonton. Welcome to our city.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So, the City of Champions, you've started your own champion accord this past year. Explain to us how it's been like to now come back.
Well, one, it's nice to be back in Alberta. I lived here for a while, of course, but it's wonderful to just be back on Earth and to be back in Canada. Serving as an astronaut, I lived outside the country for the last 26 years. And I'm just in the process of moving back now. So it's a delight to be back in two dimensions on terra firma, but much more so to be back in Canada.
Ground control to Major Tom.
I was reading in your book, and you speak about how a day outside of Earth, when you come back, you have to recover for a day here. So when you're gone for such a long period of time, it might be quite the recovery to get back.
Yeah, the rehabilitation back to Earth, there's a lot of adaptation that happens in the body when you get into weightlessness. Your body immediately starts turning into a spaceling, basically. It stops growing a lot of your skeleton, your muscles would waste away, your balance system changes, your arteries harden, your heart gets smaller. So a lot of things change. And they're adapting you to live in space, but you come back in a couple hours. So suddenly you're smucked back into the world again, and now you have to start the readaptation to being an Earthling. And that's painful. It's hard on the body. It's as if you're recovering from a combination of a car crash and an illness.
Lock your Soyuz hatch and put your helmet on.
A lot of fun being weightless, but nothing comes for free.
Now, I had the opportunity to be working with Shaw Rocket when you went up there, and you were answering questions for children right back here in Canada. What was that experience like for you, though?
I was inspired to fly in space by astronauts when I was, 9 years old. And I would have loved to talk to Neil and Buzz just after they walked on the moon. I mean, wouldn't you? Or to talk to, imagine talking to Mike Collins while he was orbiting the moon while Neil and Buzz were walking on the surface. What a insight that would have given, but also what a clearer understanding that would have given. And so I resolved right from the beginning that this is an experience to share and to use both for inspiration and for education. And the book is, in fact, really an outgrowth of that, of all of that time, talking about the amazing experiences that happen. And it's a really extreme environment that we live in up there. But even more importantly, what out of it matters? What is the point of it? What are the lessons that are useful, that are learned from it? How does it help us, both individually and as a nation?
Now, when you were away, you were tweeting, you were really engaging people back here in Canada and all over the world. And you were able to create now a book of some of those photographs. Was that all part of it, to share your love for it with us back here? Yeah,
I took about 45,000 photographs. And who wouldn't? It is the most gorgeous perspective of the world, a way to see the world that constantly refreshes itself as the world turns and we go around and the angle to the sun changes and the seasons change. I was up for one whole winter to summer cycle. So you see the whole seasons of the world change. It's different every time you come around. I made lots of videos before I launched as well, because it's such an interesting experience. And there's so much fun going on every single day, and especially if you choose to notice it and celebrate it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Nice to talk with you.